back to Homestead on a Prayer. I figured it was time for a little chat in the garden today. It's going to be a little bit different than my normal video, I guess. We're just going to sit and chat a little bit. So let's talk about this 2025 gardening season. This year has been quite the year. It's been pretty challenging. Now, I'm not going to say it hasn't all been bad. I mean, we've gotten some great harvests in this garden season. We're actually still getting quite a bit of harvest. But it's been one of the more challenging years that I can remember since I started gardening. You know, at some point during the gardening season, I usually get to the point where I'm kind of done maintaining the garden and the garden's just going to kind of do its own thing. We're there. We've been there. I've been fighting it for a while, trying to make myself push through and just think about how I'm going to be thankful for my effort. But at this point, I'm just letting the garden do its own thing. I'm not fighting tomato disease anymore. Basically, all I'm doing at this point is harvesting, which thankfully there is still harvest coming in, and watering my plants in containers. This gardening season has been full of challenges. This video is really about the garden. It's been full of challenges, other challenges going on in life too that have nothing to do with the garden, but that's not really what this video is about. That's just kind of added to everything else going on. So I've reached the point where I'm just going to kind of let the garden go. That being said, when the weather cools off a little bit, I know that I'm going to get my second wind. This is how it works every year. I'll get my second wind and I'll put in a few late season fall crops. I'm not completely done. I do on my deck have some of the brassicas that we started together growing, and I will hopefully, I'm not going to promise anything at this point, I will hopefully transplant those out into the garden for some fall harvest. I'll be starting more lettuce seeds as the weather cools off, but this garden season has kicked my butt. And at this point in the season, things are kind of winding down. As I said, we're still getting a harvest, but I've got a lot of other stuff going on too. My family homeschools, and we're getting to the point where it's time to start thinking about back to school, time to start getting curriculum together, and pretty soon going to be time to start school. So that's been taking a lot of my attention, along with, all the things going on that, we all have things going on in our lives. As much as we love the garden, our entire lives can't be about the garden. So kind of going along with taking a step back from the garden for now, it's the time of year when I'm going to start winding down my content a little bit. I did this last year too, and I think it worked out really well. During the gardening season, I try to put out a video about every 4 days with some, random. I've been experimenting a little bit with doing some more shorts. I'm not sure if you've noticed that or not. But shorts can be kind of fun, and I've been putting out a couple shorts here and there, as well as putting out a long-form video about every 4 days or so. I've been pretty consistent with every 4 days. But last season, I kind of reached a breaking point too, similar to right now. And in addition to stepping back from the garden, it was also time to slow down content a little bit. So what I plan to do for the off season is to film and post a video once a week. That's my goal. I'm thinking I'm going to post it Thursday afternoons. That's what I plan to do for the off season, and then in the spring when garden season starts picking back up, we'll see. I may go back to filming a video or posting a video every 4 days. But for the off season, I think what I'm going to do is once a week, and then I may sprinkle the occasional short in there too, here and there. Maybe a bonus video here and there, depending on if I get inspired. We'll see. But kind of going along with that, I would like to hear from you guys. I would like to hear feedback. What kind of content do you like to see during the off season? Now, I have a lot of content planned for the upcoming months, talking about basically recapping this garden season. And as I said, this garden season really isn't done. I'm just stepping back from my active participation in the garden season. But I would like to hear from you guys. What do you want to see during the off season in addition to... So basically I have planned recapping the garden. I like to do a video at the end of each season talking about the different tomato varieties that I grew this season and reviewing those, and talking about the different pepper varieties. I also like to do a video basically talking about the garden season in general and what I plan to change next year. I'm going to do a video talking about, probably reviewing some of the new varieties that I tried this year for the first time. Not necessarily new to the world, but new to me and my garden. So we have a lot of that kind of content coming up. And then as we get close to planning for gardening season, usually right after Christmas, right after the new year, I post a lot of garden planning content. But in the meantime, there's going to be quite a bit of time that I don't necessarily have planned for. So I would love to hear from you guys. What do you want to see? In the past, I have filmed some cooking videos, recipe videos. I have found that those don't necessarily get a lot of views, so I don't think that that's necessarily what you guys are looking for from me. So let me know what you would like to see. I do have some plans, but I would like to hear from you guys. If by some chance you're just finding my channel for the first time from this video, this is not by any means my typical content. This is just kind of a little bit of a garden chat and a little bit of a winding down the active garden season type of video. So feel free to check out some of my other videos if you want to see more of my usual content. So let me know what you want to see. Let me know how your gardens are doing, because I know I'm here in Connecticut and I know many of you are gardening in different parts of the country, and some of you are even in other countries in different parts of the world and may have very different growing conditions. I know some of you are probably winding down earlier than me, those of you in colder climates. Some of you may have quite a bit of time left. So as I said, I will still be planting a fall garden, but we'll see. I'm not going to make any promises as to how extensive it's going to be. It'll kind of depend on many things. But I will take you guys along, and we'll hopefully try to do a little fall garden tour at some point. It'll be much smaller than the full season garden tours that I like to do, but I will keep you guys updated. So let me know what's going on with you guys. Let me know what you want to see during the fall and winter months, and yeah, I would just love to hear any feedback from you guys. So I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you for joining me throughout this gardening season. Despite its many challenges, I have still enjoyed this gardening season, and I have still enjoyed sharing it with you all. So thank you so much. Every time that you take time out of your day to join me and watch my video is greatly appreciated. So thank you. I hope you're all having a great day. I can't wait to see you soon. I'll see you next time.